Hey, this is Darrell Knoch. We're bringing you to the Darrell Knoch Show, and tonight we're going to talk about leadership and relationships. You know, leadership is always something that you need to lead by example. You know, it's not just good enough to say, do the things that I really think you should do, and I'm going to do what I think I want to do, and don't follow what I do, just do what I tell you to do. And you know, that's never worked, and it never will work. If you're really going to be a true leader, you need to lead by example. Example means that you live, breathe, eat, and sleep what it is that you want your employees, your associates to bring to the table to your customers. You know, if you're not living that, you're not going to get your employees to live that. So leadership is really a key part of being a great business person. You know, business is just not the same as it used to be. Every year we're gathering more information than we've ever had before, and so every year you need to continue to educate yourself if you're going to be a great leader. Education is certainly something that is never ending. You got to keep up with the latest things that are going on in the world. You know, being in business for 35 years, I had to continue to grow as a human being. I had to continue to grow as a business person. You know, every year I'm learning new things, I'm trying new things, I'm staying up with the latest in technology. And so as that business leader, you have to have somewhat of a handle. You know, naturally you're going to have a variety of people working for you that are going to handle a variety of technologies that you don't have to be an expert on. But in order to lead by example, in order to lead that company, you really need to have at least a cursory knowledge of what you're trying to get your employees to provide for your customers, to provide for the inner workings, you know, communicating with each other. All of those things are really important. You know, relationships. You know, relationships really makes all the difference in the world. If you have a great relationship with your employees, you're always communicating with them, hey, you do a great job here at our company, and you really are valuable to us, and we really wouldn't have the same company if you weren't part of it. You know, that's just something that has to become a natural part of your day-to-day operation, and you want to continue to let people know how much you think of them, what value they bring to the table. You know, making sure that you let them know that you've noticed how much value that they bring to the table. And that comes in a variety of different ways. You know, there's an old saying that the great leader from years ago, Napoleon, used to say, people will die for ribbons many times more than they'll die for dollars. So, you know, they want recognition. And so that's something that you have to really continue to think about. How do I recognize this person just a little bit differently today? How do I recognize this person a little bit differently next week? And how do I recognize these staff members and this variety of staff members? So, you know, leadership is something that, you know, I've said for years that my job as a leader is to clear the path for my people to follow. You know, I always have thought that my job was to make sure that they had the simplest path to follow. You know, if they have some things that are getting in their way, my job is to clear those things out of their way for them so that they continue to go down that path. They continue to build the great company that really makes the difference. You know, there's a variety of books out there. One that I think of is called Good to Great. How do you take your company from just being good to being excellent? You know, there was a book from years ago called In Search of Excellence. If you haven't read that book, you absolutely ought to read that book. It really changed my life. I have a set of cassette tapes from years ago that Tom Peters did with In Search of Excellence, and I still get goosebumps every time I listen to that, because it's so charged with great information on how you become a great leader, how you really get people to think of excellence every day. So, you know, there's so many things that you can do as a leader. You know, there again, educating yourself. You know, Google, we all realize that Google is one of the best educational tools that you can have. So if you're thinking of a particular thing in life that you want to start focusing on, you know, start educating yourself on that particular thought. Start educating yourself by doing some research, finding out more of how you're going to bring that mindset to your business, and how that relates to every employee that you have, every customer you have. You know, every customer, every employee, all want to be recognized. They want to be felt that they're special in your world. And that's some of the things that you really need to help work towards. Making your customers feel special, making your employees feel special. We're going to continue to bring you some great things. Next week, we're going to bring you a totally different subject. And remember, we're going to talk a lot about business. We're going to talk a lot about having a good, healthy mindset. We're going to talk a lot about having a good, healthy body. You know, true wealth is a good, healthy mind, a good, healthy body, and a good, healthy wallet. So stay tuned. Every Monday, we're going to bring you more content. And, you know, one last thing. Don't forget, comment and subscribe to the Darrell Knoch Show. We want to have a lot of content for you, and so we need your input in order to continue to be bringing the content that you want to have. So again, rate, comment, and subscribe. See you again.
Brought to you by True Wealth University.